Hello fish head friends, Joe here. Just got off of work, thought I'd make a quick video. So I got the VC10 back in the main tank, and once again he just beat the hell out of my OB. He's still alive. I'm going to, when I'm done here, I'm going to take the VC out again, or actually I'm not going to take him out, I'm going to put him into this thing. It's just kind of a it's a container I can put in the tank. I've used it in the past. It's okay. I had to take him out of the 10-gallon that I've been using as like a a separation tank, because I acquired a fish from a buddy who can no longer take care of his tanks. Him and his wife were fish people, but 7 years ago or so they bought a house, inherited a 150-gallon fish tank with, they were told, African cichlids. This guy was one of the last two he has. They used to have frontosa as well, but the last one they have left is a huge Texas cichlid. Super cool looking. I was thinking about taking it, even though I know obviously he's not African. He lived his life with Africans, but he would have eaten all these guys. I mean, he's huge. So I'm going to try to rehome that fish for my buddy, or see if I can take it to a fish store or something. He had a back injury, so he just can't keep up anymore. This guy, he seems fine, acts normal. He's pretty old. I'm not sure exactly what he is. I am medicating him with erythromycin and general cure, just in case. I mean, he hasn't been taken real great care of lately. So, because of that, I put the VC back in here. I was hoping it'd be okay this time. I kind of figured it wouldn't be. He is darting after all the fry, which I was hoping for, which is, I'm happy to see. Spread out the aggression, but he just goes right after that OB. Even when the OB's tucked in a corner, in a hiding spot, he'll just swim by and he looks for him. So, I don't know what to do. I like both of those fish. I don't know if the OB is going to make it past this one. He was fine this morning. A couple little, you could tell he had gotten hit a couple times. But, 8 hours later, he just got his ass handed to him. Which sucks. I mean, this guy's awesome looking. And I'm kind of holding out. I think what I need to help disperse this aggression is bigger fish and more of them. I got somewhere around 20 fish in my 75, which is a decent stock. Most of them are kind of small, though. These guys are, 2.5. Some are 3-ish inches. Some are still pretty tiny. I'm hoping once I can get this yellow guy in here, I want to go buy a couple more, hopefully decent sized fish, just so he can spread out. Because you can see he chases the female VC, he chases the female peacock, and he chases this guy a little bit too. But his main focus is that OB. So for time being, I'm going to take him out, put him in that container in this tank, just so he's not beaten on that guy. I don't know what else to do. I keep adding more and more hiding spots. I want to try and get another giant plant like that to really break up the line of sight, because that does help a bit, but kind of at a loss. If anybody has any suggestions, I would love to hear them. I've watched all sorts. I've watched all sorts of YouTube videos on aggression. I've heard countless suggestions. Add more decor, take it out, more females, less females. I've tried most of it. I don't like getting rid of my fish. They are pets to me. So I haven't tried taking out the females. I like the females in there. I know hybrids are kind of frowned upon in some cases, but I plan on keeping these guys, and I love hybrids. And I also haven't tried taking out all the decorations, because I like the rocks, but I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't help, but maybe I'll try it one of these days. kind of getting sick of the aggression. It's always the same story. I always have one fish that's bigger than everybody else, and he just picks on everybody. And I know that's just the way cichlids are, or that's the way Africans are. I need to just get them all the same size. So I always have one old one and a bunch of young ones. That just seems the way it always is. So, you know, it is what it is. I've been contemplating getting rid of the cichlids, which kind of sucks because, you know, this is the tank I've wanted for a really long time, but it's just getting kind of old. I don't know, we'll see what happens. You know, eventually I hope to set up some more 10 gallons, or my wife actually wants to get a 35 hex tank, which I used to have. But it was super old. It had been handed through my brother to my other brother, back to my brother, and then I got it. And, you know, it was really old and it needed to be resealed. And at that time in my life, I didn't have space for it. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't have the resources or the, you know. So we got rid of it and have missed it ever since. Even my wife, who's not really into fish, for most of the years she's tolerated my fish. The last year and a half or so, she's more than tolerated. She's been really supportive and encouraging, and she was very insistent on Black Friday that I get a 125 from PetSmart that was 50% off. Kind of kicking myself that I didn't get it, but at the same time, it's just not practical. We don't have space for it. I don't have the filter for it. You know, it would have sat for a year just like this one did before I got it up and running, and I don't have time for that kind of maintenance. I'd rather have more tanks, but smaller tanks, so I can really take care of them and do some different fish. I'm really into my daughter's tank, which has right now some tetras and longfin danio. She had more danios, but they died. You know, I just want to do different stuff. I've been doing cichlids for so long. Also, one more question. I got a aquarium lily bulb in there. It's growing all sorts of white fungus. I've seen the fungus before. I'm not particularly worried about it. But if anybody has any information, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should be worried about it. I'm just leaving it in there for now. I don't think it's a big deal. So, if anybody's got any info on that, that'd be great. So, I think we'll just kind of hang out, look at the fish for a minute, and that'll be that. Everybody is doing real good, except for that OB. The fry are getting big. Starting to see glimmers of color in them. Oh, I did add on another light. This is a 75-gallon set from PetSmart. Came with a 36-inch LED. It you know, it lights the tank nicely. It's a nice mellow kind of light. Hold on one sec. Let me turn off the other one. So, you know, I like this kind of chilled out, mellow kind of lighting. But I put the beams work back on that I got last year. And I typically just keep the blue on it, because I think that just adds a nice dimension. I really dig it. Sometimes I have them both on, sometimes I change it up, but so that's about all I've changed recently. There's the female, the mother to all the fry, and that's a female, and you can see all the very distinct red on her side. That's why up until she started holding, I thought she was a male. So, beautiful fish nonetheless. Really excited about the fry. What's that guy got? Alright guys, that's about it, and I'll talk to you next time.